Hey everybody, and welcome to the second video in the HTML5 series. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up a HTML5 document so that you can start adding content to your website. So if you've downloaded Aptana, when you first open it, it's going to launch this little workspace launcher, and it's going to ask you to choose a workspace folder to use. And what this means is pretty much where all your files are going to be stored in what folder. So before you open Aptana, just go ahead and create an empty folder on your desktop, and you can name it anything you want. And then when you launch Aptana and it opens up this box and it asks you this, just click browse and go to your desktop and choose that folder you just created and just click open, and it will show it right here, and then just click OK. And it'll go ahead and launch Aptana, and that will be where all your files will be stored. So we've launched Aptana and we don't have any file open yet, but if you'll notice over here on the left hand side, you have your project workspace and your app explorer. And if you don't see this over here, go up here to the top and go to window and go to show view and then app explorer, and it'll bring this up right here. And don't worry about yours because it's not going to have all these files. This is just my files from other stuff. But we're going to right click over here, and it's going to say, and we're going to go to new from template and go over to HTML, and then just go down to the very bottom where it says blank file, and we're going to go ahead and open that. It's going to open this right here, and it should already have your folder selected right here, and so you won't have to worry about that. I got two different folders in here, but you probably won't. And down here it's going to ask you what you want the name of this new file to be, and you can put it as anything you want. Just leave the .html extension at the end. So we're just going to delete this and just add that for this folder. Just click finish, and it's going to go ahead and open up your file. Alright, so the first thing in a HTML5 document is called the Doctype Declaration, and it looks something like this right here. And as you notice in Aptana, it auto predicts the tag or element that you're going to be using once you start typing it out. So I see right here it already has Doctype, so I'm just going to hit enter, and there's our Doctype. And this is the HTML5 Doctype, and what the Doctype does is tell the web browser what version of HTML we are using in this document. So the next thing is going to be a opening HTML tag and a closing HTML tag. You can see it's already auto predicted HTML, so I'm just going to hit enter, and it automatically types out the opening and closing HTML tag. And I'm just right in between the two of them, and I'm just going to hit return a few times to give me some space. And the HTML tags are going to surround everything else in this HTML document. You don't want anything outside of them except for the very first thing, which is the Doctype. So in this HTML opening and closing inside the opening and closing HTML tags, I'm going to have what's called the head section. So less than sign and head, and don't get head confused with header. I'll explain later what header means, but this is the head section. So if I just hit enter, I go ahead and get this typed out, and I'm going to hit return a few times. And the head section is going to be where data is that is pretty much used by the search engines. And there's going to be one exception, and that's the title, which I'll show you in the next tutorial, and I'll explain what that means. But the title is going to be like the title of your website. But that's it for now. We're going to cover in this tutorial is just the plain document, or the plain document structure of every HTML5 document that you're going to be using from here on out. So after the head section is going to be what's called the body, and I'm just going to hit enter, and it auto types that out. I'm going to hit return a few times, and what the body is everything inside the opening and closing body tags. This is going to be what's actually seen inside the web browser and the content of your web page. So all the text and images and everything like that is going to be inside these body tags right here. And this right here is about as plain as it gets when it comes to the HTML5 document structure right here. So this is going to be what you're going to use from here on out. This exact template on every HTML5 document that you write or code or however you want to say it. So you can just get this memorized. It's not hard at all to memorize. It's hardly anything. And this is going to be what we're going to continue on in the next tutorial, and I'll go over in depth some of the other stuff inside this document. So subscribe to this channel by clicking the subscribe button below so you can follow along the rest of the tutorials as I upload them, and click the like button below, or leave a comment if you have any questions, or just to say hey, and just keep checking up on the other tutorials. So thank you for watching.